What if there was some sort of time map?
What if there was some sort of time map and it didn't come and it was a map that allowed us to go to the year that is not 2024 and let us pick some good games that we played that didn't come out in this calendar year.
Hey, we got there eventually.
This is a containment category so that people can talk about, so that Ryan can talk about games he played because he doesn't like to play games that come out in the current calendar year. But also,
That's why
Cheaper
he
that
does
uh,
way.
this with us.
but also, what if you played 26 games that didn't come out in 2024? Uh,
Who would ever
I
do
mean,
that?
it's kind of like me.
don't fucking do that if you have the opportunity. Don't fucking do it. Um,
What if I
but
write about them?
I mean, you can do whatever you want. I wish I hadn't done that, but I could have been playing Zenless Zone Zero instead.
Yeah, you could have.
Yeah, you
Well,
really missed
actually,
out.
it came out in December, so you only had a
Fuck.
month.
I feel like I've been
Ooh.
beaten off to it longer than that. So, true
Really,
believers,
really
my
stretches
most
that time
devoted
map.
of fans, what is my number three best game not released in 2024?
Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
No.
Yeah.
Hunter,
And
why
then
did you go Bigfoot mode?
Yeah, you're Bigfoot mode now.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just
Great.
naturally blurry.
Well, if you read the blog where I detailed this, you would already know that my number three game not released in 2024 is The Case of the Golden Idol. This is a game that I played very, very early on in the Backlog project. It is one of the greatest deductive puzzling games I have ever played, kind of like right behind Curse of the Obra Dinn. It is basically a game that revolves around you have these different scenes. You can get a bunch of like nouns and verbs and like specific things, and then you're kind of given a like I guess like a Mad Libs s kind of like blank did blank to do blank. And you need to use your nouns and kind of like deduce around. You can drag them into the things and kind of figure out um this kind of the nature of this golden idol artifact taking place over like it's something like 50 years or something. The way that it disseminates the narrative to you through these scenes is really really cool. And it then eventually culminates in the final episode that involves you needing to get details from every single previous level in order to like kind of put the whole plan together. It's absolutely phenomenal. It is also a puzzle game that is not like dick crushingly difficult or anything. Like it is enough to make you stop and think, but like I never found myself getting super frustrated. Even if you do though, it has a really cool hint system in it where basically like you can get three tiers of a thing of just like, oh yeah, you might want to look here to get that. And then like something gets a little more specific. And then when you invoke it the third time, it just flat out tells you like the answer. There is zero punishment for doing this. And there is no, it's not like you're needing to get a currency to get these hints or anything like that. It's a puzzle game that very much realizes that you could just get on the internet and look up these solutions if you wanted. But at that point, like, what are you fucking doing playing a puzzle game? So it's nice that it's there. I only needed to invoke one of the hints one time because I didn't quite understand the way a level was laid out. Looking back on, it's like, okay, I see how that I was supposed to figure that out. But really, really fantastic time. A sequel came out to it this year called Rise of the Golden Idol that is not very good. But I think Case of the Golden Idol is still on Game Pass, and I really, really, really advocate for playing it. It is one of the best puzzle games I've ever played. Absolutely phenomenal time with it.
I've got
But-
it installed.
It's fucking good. And it's also like not that long. Like you can probably clear the whole thing in about 6 hours. I played it in basically one sitting. Because it just got its hooks in me and I didn't want to put it down. But Ryan, what is your number 3 game that did not come out? This year? Last year? Hunter, fix your fucking camera.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
This is one I've been told since pretty much day one that I need to check out. And I checked it out, and to nobody's surprise, it was awesome. And that's why it's number 3, is because the other ones are kind of a surprise. But I agree, everyone should play this one. Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
I played some Titanfall 2 in
Titanfall
2024.
More like
whips all
Titanfall
kinds of
2.
ass.
The year
It
of
does.
Dash Vindication. I love it.
2.
It's gonna keep going.
It does. Its writing is a little, I'll call it James Cameron-esque, or Call of Duty-esque, where it's maybe a little too like, hoorah, we're in the military, but the gameplay is insane, and the different like play styles and like rules of each level change up, and it's awesome. It's so good.
Press X to time travel.
Press X to time travel.
Yes,
Jason, you
please.
like time travel?
Jason, you'd love Titanfall 2.
Yeah, dude, you should really play Titanfall 2.
God, yeah, I'm so happy. Yes, Vindication. I love it. Lily, vindicate me more.
Okay.
Say the words I
well,
long to hear.
I mean, I don't know that.
Say
it's
you
gonna
finished
be-
Yakuza 0.
Nobody's
no,
ever
not
done
yet.
that.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
No one's
Working
ever
on it.
saying that.
This is a big year for me for games that didn't come out this year. And my number 3 is Shadow of the Colossus.
Nice.
Mm.
I'm glad that you have played that.
I finally
Which version
played
did you
it.
play?
The PS4 one.
Nice.
I borrowed it from Dash and got I think I finished all the Colossi once and then bought my own copy and gave Dash's back. And all I have left now is to collect all the little coins,
I mean,
gotta get
which
the
I
lizards.
will do at some point. No, I got lizards.
Oh yeah,
I've
You
been
got
to the
all the
top of the
lizards?
shrine.
Lizards.
Oh, you
I've been to the top. I went across the
God
bridge.
damn.
So
I've been to the mountain.
yes.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
This shit
got
ain't
that
nothing to me, man.
Colossus in
Smoking the Lord's bubbles.
My thoughts on Shadow of the Colossus are well known, but I still think that's a game everyone should play, and I'm really glad that you enjoyed it.
I thought it whipped.
I had that discussion with Zay not too long ago. I was like, I think it's a good piece of art. It sucks ass to play.
It's better than Ego. It's better than Last Guardian. Okay, but what if you were the Colossus in the next one, and also the Colossus was a fucking mech?
Yeah.
It's still not going to be
yeah.
good. They're going to find some way to fuck it up.
I know it won't, but damn it, I want it to be.
You never
Jason, what's a
know.
game that you wanted to be good?
A game that I wanted to be
That's
good.
not.
I'm trying.
think-
Weird
And
category.
it was.
I think is pretty decent. Is Final Fantasy VII, the not 100-hour versions. So I didn't finish it. I played maybe like a third of it this year, but I was really enjoying it. I just fell off to get back to some 2024 games that I needed to get to.
Wait,
I'd
is
like
this
to
the
get back to
original
it.
one or the
Yeah,
PS1.
remaster? Oh, damn.
Yeah, the good version.
Yeah, the like the real one, the one that's not 100 hours for 1/3 of the game.
Yeah.
But I'd like to get back to it, but those games are pretty fucking hard to take a really long break from and get back into because I will not have any idea what I'm doing. But I don't know. I've got it downloaded on the Steam Deck. I'll try and get back in there.
I'm playing Dragon Quest 11 right now, and every single time you boot back into the game, it gives you a reminder of like, hey, this is what was going on, and this
Oh,
is what
that'd be
you need
cool.
to be
That's-
doing.
A
I need
really
every
nice
game to do
feature.
that.
It's really cool.
I need all games to do that because that's a huge reason why I haven't finished a lot of games because I'll take a month off and be like, nah, I don't remember what I was doing. I'm just never gonna play it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like
it's,
I need a
I'm a big
last
fan.
time on for every video game.
We didn't appreciate it when Fire Red and Leaf Green did it, and now look at us.
Now that we're old and we got no memory.
Hunter, what's something that Fire Red and Leaf Green did that you didn't appreciate?
I'd put Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut, specifically for the
You hadn't
missing
played
link.
that?
I played the original Deus Ex Human Revolution, but not the director's cut where they included the Missing Link DLC, like right in the middle of the game, which honestly on replays would probably suck ass. But as a first way to experience it, it's neat. Where you get on a ship in like this little cryo sleep tube thing where you're like, oh well, I don't know where I'm going, but I gotta do this to follow my lead. And you get woken up on this boat where you're in like a big EMP chair and they're like interrogating you, and all your augments you had before this are now reduced back to the base game, like the very start of the game state. And you have to essentially like build back up as you're going through this DLC bit, which again is neat, but would probably suck ass on replays.
It's good
Mm.
once.
Yeah.
Didn't-
good
I don't
once.
like that.
Didn't
one.
they also change up some of the balancing a little bit? So
They did.
different
They-
builds are more viable.
They added more things to like the boss fights so that it wasn't just straight like, oh, you have to shoot this guy, and if you weren't, I hope you spec'd into the damage reducing thing, otherwise you're gonna have a bad time. But they
Mhm.
added like ways to, you can like hack turrets now that are new in the environment, or you can like actually sneak around and still take pot shots and shit without just immediately getting blown to shit.
I'm surprised you hadn't played that before, but cool that you did. That was originally on the Wii U, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Wii U
In
supremacy,
fact,
baby.
this is a Wii U port, so it actually looks worse than the original Human Revolution, and it has different bugs that weren't in there, which I think is very funny.
Jason,
But it
stop
has
giving my
gyro
grippers away for
controls.
free. We charge money for those. Danny, give away your grippers.
All right. My first gripper is unpacking.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dash's mom's game of the year 2024.
Understandable, and I'm with her 100%. No,
Vacation.
it's so sweet, so charming. Just it is environmental storytelling. The game, it just unpacking your life as you move into new homes over the years, and you get to learn about young woman that you're playing as well as like her relationships throughout the years. I remember when you move in with your boyfriend, at first, like it's one of the first times where there's, I guess it's not one of the first times, but there is an aspect of moving in with your boyfriend where a lot of his items cannot be moved, and they're just taking up too much space, and you are trying to cram important items, like important relics from throughout your life, into not enough space, and you end up having to tuck things under your bed and like out of the way. And it was just like so heartbreaking to do this, and I like right away as I was doing that, I was like, oh, this isn't a healthy relationship. She's gonna get hurt. This
There's-
isn't gonna last. And then you do have between homes, between levels, you have a breakup. You end up having to move back in with your parents, and again, you're trying to fit too many things into not enough space, and you're going back to like the things that you treasured as a child, and it's poignant, it's beautiful. I get chills thinking about that game.
One valid location for the diploma. Only one. Only one that you can do. It's a bummer.
Hmm.
Well, as much as I would like to continue with the train of people talking about how great games are that I've recommended in the past, I'm going to perpetuate the cycle and try to get people to play a game right now. Talked about this in the blog. This was the most called shot of game Dash is gonna fucking love when he plays it, and he finally played it. People should play Dusk. It is probably the best boomer shooter ever made. It iterates on ideas put forward by Doom and like thinks about the medium and the genre of the boomer shoot, like the kind of retro style boomer shooter, really, really intelligently. It is nothing short of a masterpiece. I think it clears any given Doom game, Doom level, any day of the week. It clears Quake any day of the week. It is so motherfucking good that anyone who likes to kind of deal with those kinds of games, like whatever, I've talked about Proteus in the past. We're talking about Doom 2 Legacy of Rust this year. Even those like kind of Quake expansions when I played Quake for the first time, it ain't fucking Dusk. Dusk is so motherfucking good. It is. I have a huge, huge problem with if I lose progress in a game, I will often bench it and never want to fucking touch that game again. And I ran into a save data bug in Dusk and legitimately like lost 3 hours of progress. And it is the first time I did not give a shit because it means I got to play more Dusk and just completely had a wonderful time with that fucking game. It is aces. It is the best boomer shooter ever made. Period.
All that, and you didn't mention the most important part. It has a dedicated spin your weapons button.
Yes, it is. It's so It's got so much fucking style and swagger. The guns that you get in it are super fucking cool. It 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 really is an encapsulation of things that like what you can learn from Doom and Quake, and then to make a new one in the modern age. It is because I think it was like what 2018 or something like that. It's so
I think
fucking
so.
good. People should play that game. It is a masterpiece.
Maybe I should check out these boomer shooters.
Yeah, I do love to shoot boomers.
These booming shootings.
Ryan, give me a booming shooting.
So this one is kind of my surprise one. Because I played it on Dash's suggestion, and it did something that Dash has been trying, and I didn't think was going to happen. But it kind of rekindled my love for fighting games. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid is my number 2.
Oh, hell yeah.
Some
Like,
might call it the
I
16th
fucking
best
love-
fighting game of all time.
Wait, that's a fighting
Yeah,
game?
I
thought it was a
I
beat 'em
fucking
up.
love Power Rangers.
No,
It's a
Hunter,
tag
you're thinking
team
of
fighter.
Rita's Revenge.
Oh, okay.
Rita's Rewind.
No, this is a fighting game.
Yeah, this is a fighting game. This is a Marvel versus Capcom style fighting game.
Teams of 3.
You get to play as like a ton of Rangers from across series in the comics and like all sorts of shit.
Yeah, and I played through the story, and it was kind of nonsensical. It seemed like it was like, this shit doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't know what's going on. And the dialogue recording legitimately sounded like it was recorded over the phone with no mixing. But it did inspire me to start reading the comics, and it's actually a pretty good representation if you're like kind of up on the lore and what's going on. But it was cool. It plays really well. All the different characters play differently, but they're all relatively easy to learn, and just kick-ass game. The
inputs for it are like it is a game that has some like easy buttons. Like it's there. There's a lot you can do with very few inputs, and it's really, really cool like that.
Mm-hmm.
But Lily, what's a game that you can do a lot with very few inputs?
I mean, believe it or not, my number two game that didn't come out in 2024 is Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah, fighting game, sweet.
I mean, I built a controller for it, and I had to plug it in because it looks really good.
Yeah, I also got this.
I hate that controller.
Suck my ass, Ryan.
No, I like yours, Lily. I hate Dashes.
Oh yeah, okay. No, that makes sense.
That looks great.
But yeah, we've been playing it a fair bit. I've put more time into it than any other fighting game that's actually a fighting game. And I'm considering going to that tournament later this year.
Join
with
us
Dash.
at Combo Breaker. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
So yeah, Strive, baby.
Strive is really good. I also
Crazy.
got into Strive this year. I guess so did Danny for that matter. But I it is an anime fighter. It's very like complex and technical, but also the floor on it is really, really low. All of the characters are fucking cool. The graphics are amazing. It's such a cool fucking fighting game. And yeah, it's kind of what's hot in our group right now. We're playing a
Music
lot of Strive
whips.
and getting better at Strive.
Smell of the game.
Smell of the game.
That is bullshit blazing.
That is bullshit blazing. Jason, give me your number. We're on 2, right? Yeah, what's your number 2?
Yeah.
My number 2 game, not from 2024, is Valorant.
I swear to God, Valorant came out this year. Did it not?
Valorant came
Jesus.
out like a decade ago.
I'm
bro.
thinking of X Defiant. Thinking
yeah,
of
I
X
was like,
Defiant.
I'm almost positive it's been out for a
Thinking of
while.
X Defiant.
No, 2020.
But no, it's I had a streak where I was playing it like 4 nights a week with some friends. I haven't played it in a few months. May never turn it back on. But I like shooters. I like online multiplayer shooters, and that was a new one I hadn't played before, and I haven't really played those types of games. But so I wouldn't mind playing other games kind of in that genre. I don't really have any specific tie to Valorant. It's just free, and I knew people that played it, so I just kind of like playing competitive shooters that aren't always Call of Duty.
It's
Oh,
like a
Jason.
hero shooter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a little game called Counter-Strike that is pretty much the same.
Yeah, but isn't
It's
it
yeah, it's like
even
the
sweatier?
hero version of Counter-Strike, right?
Yeah, isn't Counter-Strike even sweatier than Valorant though?
I don't know.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
I don't
And
keep
I
up
don't-
with competitive FPS.
I don't want it to actually be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be enjoyable. And I've heard Counter-Strike is not that.
It's for psychos.
Yeah.
Who will
Affectionate.
spend thousands of dollars on a fake knife or something. I don't know.
Hunter,
Spend money to make knives.
make knives in your number 2.
I put Baldur's Gate 3 because Zane and I finally finished our playthrough of it earlier this year. And then we started another one where we were going to do Evil, but we kind of fell off of it. And
For real.
then at some point, they were like, hey, we're still doing an update. We're going to add all new like subclasses to every class too. And it's like, oh, well, why don't we just wait until then too?
I'll just keep waiting till they're done updating that game and then I'll finally play it.
There'll never be any DLC because Wizards of the Coast is awful to work with.
Hunter, don't you even get into
Don't
how bad
even
Wizards
fucking
is. Don't you
start with
fucking
that.
even start. Like, you don't
Hey,
know
Wizards
shit.
of the Coast touches facets of everything.
Yeah, but like,
They'll
don't
ruin
even.
everybody's favorite thing.
Nobody
Yeah,
Wizards
but
of the
Dungeons
Coast is
and Dragons
heinous.
people know how bad.
Yeah, but like, only one of the Wizards like IP and things is bringing in all of the money, and it's not fucking D&D. Danny, what's your number 2 that's bringing Wizards some money?
My number 2 that's bringing this wizard some money.
Magic the Gathering
uh,
Arena.
is Loop Hero.
Yeah.
It came out in 2024.
That's so funny. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, once I realized it was not a 2024 game, I had to find a spot for it.
How much of your list did you have to rework real quick after that?
Look,
like maybe around 25%. I've been taking notes throughout this whole conversation, trying to figure shit out. Yeah, but no, Loop Hero. It's a great game.
amazing.
Yeah, it's a roguelike kind of almost card game. You are given you select a number of
Reverse
tiles.
tower defense?
Yeah. Yeah, you are a hero put on a randomly generated loop that will have monsters spawn on it at daily. And just as you go through, you will fight the monsters. You will get loot, and you will also get tiles that you can place on the map. And the more tiles you get, the more monsters spawn on the map. And different types of, like, you'll have towns that will spawn like bandits every couple of days nearby, but they also like heal you and give you quests and items and shit. But it's a very satisfying loop uh, of trying to get these runs in without getting yourself killed, because you can only go back to your hub space at the end of each loop. And I always find myself thinking like, no, I can complete one more loop without getting killed. And then no, I suddenly the difficulty ramps up and the vampires swarm me and I can't keep up with the damage output. So I end up losing like 70-80% of my inventory that I've earned and going back to camp and almost empty-handed and in shame. But it's nice and easy to get back into the loop and keep trying and keep fighting. It's really the world that you're in has been erased, forgotten by some sort of
Gods have
godlike
erased the world, and you are needing to rebuild it.
yeah, it's and the bosses that you face throughout are trying to prevent you and the rest of the world from remembering what was. It's a really cool little game that I'm really glad I got to play this year.
They should make another one of those.
I like the tile that like that auto kills enemies once they're low enough health.
Oh,
But then
yeah.
if you do it too much there, they spawn like a blood golem or something that's super
That
tough.
gives excellent treasure, excellent items to make yourself stronger, but they also hit like a fucking truck.
Necromancer best class.
Necromancer best class.
They should call the
That's-
sequel Tube Hero.
They are.
Okay, good.
That's gonna bring us to my number one noob hero. So I've been doing the like half gag, half like this is the year I got into JRPGs like in a really major way after what can only be described as a lifetime of hating on them and just being the biggest motherfucking hater around this entire genre. Hunter, this isn't vindication for you. I was still right.
Nah, I'm taking it as vindication.
But all of it stems from playing one specific game as part of my backlog. One of the things I want to do on my backlog project is I wanted to play Final Fantasy VI, like actually sit down and play Final Fantasy VI. I got a modern of way into the game. I got to like, I guess you'd call it the turn, the twist, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just like, I am having a bad time with this game. I do not fucking like it. So I picked up Chrono Trigger. And Chrono Trigger is the game that made me get it. It somehow, something about it, just all of the gears locked into place, and I understood, oh, this genre actually can kick ass. There's just so many suck ass ones out there.
Yeah.
And I have seemed to have mostly played the suck ass ones. From Chrono Trigger, I would go on to play. I think I literally played through 8 entire like JRPGs this year, including a replay of Persona 4. And it all stems from that. And I really appreciate it for opening my eyes up to this genre and like understanding the way I need to interact with it to get the fun out of it. I'm not even sure I can like verbalize what exactly that is, but Chrono Trigger made it all click into place for me. And it's just a fucking delight. And after years of hearing why Chrono Trigger is like one of the best games ever made, after playing it now, it's part of my backlog project. It's like, yeah, okay, I get it. I get it now. They're not wrong. It is absolutely in the conversation for greatest games ever made.
Are you planning on giving Radiant Historia a shot?
Which one is that?
It's like the DS spiritual successor to Chrono Trigger.
I mean, it wasn't on my list, but it can be. I'm working on Dragon Quest 11 right now. That's my current one.
I think they might have done like might have ported Radiant
Oh,
History.
and I did play Chrono Trigger on the Super Nintendo, so I got the authentic
Nice.
experience. The PC ports have a couple like weird little things about them, so I did do it on original hardware.
There was 3DS. They did a 3DS port of Radiant Historia.
I'd give it a shot. Like it's. Oh, I also tried Chrono Cross, and the PC port is unfunctional, so I did not spend more time with it. But Chrono Trigger, fucking aces. Ryan, what is your? Oh, also it was Akira Toriyama stuff. God rest his soul. Like Blue Dragon.
Big rip.
Big
Oh,
rip,
yeah.
rip to the
Rip.
Shared
rip
a
to the
birthday
realest
with
one.
him.
Ryan, hit me with your rip to the realest one.
I just continued the trend of playing games Dash recommended. Number one, what category are we in? Tool or weapon of the it's Dead Space Rebirth. It's really good.
Remake?
Yeah, but Rebirth was funnier.
Oh, okay.
Please
I was
laugh.
gonna say no. Sorry, you said that. I'm like, wait a minute. Have I been naming that game the wrong thing for like a year?
No,
I
it's,
never played
it's
it,
an
so I
amazing
didn't
remake of an
know.
amazing game. All of the stuff they changed were just like slight tweaks that just improve the little bits in the game, like smooths everything out. It's the best version of that game, I
Yeah.
think.
They somehow made Dead Space 1 better.
Yeah. And
While
Dead Space 1
also
is awesome.
remaining faithful to Dead Space 1. Like they only improved it somehow.
Yeah. And it looks amazing.
Oh god, yeah.
Are they
Beautiful
gonna
game.
remake 2 or is that dead?
Nope.
Allegedly, no, they are not doing that.
I think, well, was it like Dead Space 1 didn't sell enough or something, so they just canned it?
Apparently,
Gotta love
bummer.
EA.
it's a bummer. That game, that remake was so fucking good.
Yeah.
But Lily, come at me with a remake that was so fucking good.
Instead of that, I'm gonna also talk about a game you recommended because my best game of the year that wasn't of the year was Disco Elysium.
Let's fucking go!
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
What's that?
I finally came around on it. I played a shitload of it.
Changes
I
your
could hardly
fucking
put it
life.
down.
I'm still in the middle of playing through it, so if
Mhm.
you're gonna
Oh, I'm-
spoil things, let me know. I'll take my headphones off.
No, it's
Yeah, please
fine.
don't spoil things. I've only put like 2 hours in.
Very
think I
good
own
game.
it.
I installed it once and I think I deleted it not too long ago.
Justifies the medium for existing.
It's so good. It is a phenomenal game. The fucking Final Cut edition is $10 on Steam right now. That has like 100,000 more voice lines or something in it, something crazy.
Too many.
So worth picking up, worth playing for sure.
It's really good.
Excellent game.
Really good.
It really is.
Jason, what's a game that's really good? Did I recommend it? Please let it be one I did.
My number one is a game that Dash definitely has never recommended that anybody play, specifically
College
me.
Football 23.
It wasn't
Doesn't
College
exist.
Football 23, you fucking asshole. The last one was in 2013.
Yeah,
You worked
something
at
like that.
GameStop. You should know that.
Yeah, my number one game not from 2024 is definitely not something Dash has ever recommended I play. It's Fallout New Vegas.
Mm,
I didn't finish it.
I
I'm
forgot
gonna
you
get.
played that.
I'm hoping to get back into it. I played a pretty good amount, I think. Honestly, I don't know. That game's not as linear as I would like it to be. But
it's got
Obviously-
so
obviously
much
I've got-
replayability. Like
I've got a lot more to explore. But so far, while I do understand why a lot of people say it's their favorite Fallout, I don't think it's gonna trump 3 just purely on nostalgia for me. Like 3 just holds a special place to me from playing it when it was like relevant. But New Vegas definitely feels like the stronger overall game. And I really enjoyed it. I'll get back to it maybe sometime this year, but it's been really good so far.
You have no idea how much I was really hoping you were going to say Kingdom Hearts 1.
No, I haven't got a chance to really play that yet. I only played like an hour or so of it, maybe a couple hours. But I got it downloaded on the
I
deck.
lit up like a Christmas tree when I saw the Steam pop up saying that you were playing it.
Well, I've got it downloaded on the Steam Deck, but I'll get to it.
Connor, tell me something I told you to play and you loved. Praise
I
me.
don't. You might have. I don't know. I did the only game that I can remember featuring Limp Bizkit recently, which is Stranger of
Oh yeah,
Paradise
fuck
Final
yes.
Fantasy Origins. I didn't finish it
Yes.
because I kind of fell off and then I started getting busy, and by the time I could come back to it, I'd forgotten what I was doing.
Bullshit.
But it is so fucking fun. Like
What was the game?
Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
It's like
play
a
as Fred
weird
Durst?
pseudo remake of the first Final Fantasy,
Huh. And it
but
features Limp
also
Bizkit.
like kind of a prequel. I don't
It's a
know.
prequel.
It's but you play as Jack Garland, and you have you and two other weird muscular dudes
Fred
meet each
Durst.
other outside of a place, and you all have crystals.
You all
and
have jerk off crystals.
Yeah, you all have JO crystals, and the first thing you say is like, "My mission is to kill chaos. Are you in?" And then it just like 80% of Jack's dialogue is about killing chaos. It's amazing.
It's
There's
so
a-
crazy. It's one of those games that like it feels like a JRPG that came over in the 80s and was fan translated. But then like played completely straight faced. There is a point where like a girl is giving like her like tragic backstory, and like Jack is kind of just sitting there like stone faced listening to it, and then he just says bullshit, pulls out his phone, starts playing Limp Bizkit, and walks away.
and then
It's
it cuts back after they had left the place, and he turns off the music and turns back towards the face and was like, "My plan is to kill chaos." There's a part where one of the party members like walks in front of him and is like, "We need to talk about something," and then Jack just goes, "No," and he keeps walking.
like a lot of people think Disco Elysium's the best written game, but at no point does do Harry and Kim try to kill chaos. Just saying. Just saying. Danny, what is your
Yeah.
number one game where you try to kill chaos?
Number one game where I tried to kill chaos,
Sonic
or
Adventure,
rather,
got it.
Happy Chaos is Guilty Gear
Yeah.
Strive. Yeah. Lily talked about this already, but we've been getting into Guilty Gear Strive as one of our favorite games from our project to rank every fighting game. And this one has clicked with me so well. The aesthetics, the visuals, every character has their own song, and it's all of the mechanics of it feel crisp and cool, just like stylish. It's I've always been a fan of fighting games, and this is probably my favorite one these days. So
We're having a good time.
yeah.
Well, with that, that's going to bring us to the
Nothing
end
to
of
be
things.
guilty about that gear.
Nothing to be guilty about. I can't wait till we play fucking Accent Core. That'll be a fun time.
Mm.
Where Soul has the loudest normal in fighting games.
I can't
But
wait
that's
till
going to
you play Here Comes the Pain.
It's on the list.
The Kevin James game?
Yes. Now here comes the boom, idiot.
I know. I was trying though.
Oh
I'd
no,
play
it
it.
was bait. He wanted me to
The
reveal
Paul
myself.
Blart Mall Cop 2 fighting game.
That's going to bring us to an end for a game that didn't come out this 2024.
We can
so
pretend it's 2024 right now.
join
I think
us
we've
next
already
time.
said several times.
Yeah,
it's
like
not.
canonically, what are we in? Like when we're in universe of the game of the year. I don't know which year we're supposed
We're
to be.
kayfabe
2027, where we're
2024.
all AI.
Okay, KFIB 2024. Well, next we will talk about it's like an old game, except it's got a shiny new coat of paint on it. Where we're going to talk about the best remaster or port of the year.
The polished turds.